Children, Bharti Vora this side. Let's begin today's English class. Children, yesterday we began your supplementary reader and its first chapter, The Lost Child. Your supplementary reader is Moments and its first chapter is The Lost Child, written by Mulk Raj Anand. Children, today we are going to start its paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means I am going to simplify the text for you. Whatever actual text is given in your book, I am going to simplify it for you because it will enable you to help it in an easier way. It was the festival of spring. Children, if you remember, yesterday I told you that this story is all about a little boy who goes to a fair with his parents. And which kind of fair it was? This festival was based on spring season. Spring season is the most pleasant season in the entire year. In this season, plants start bearing new leaves, flowers bloom. It's neither very hot nor very cold. After all, it is a very pleasant season. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. I would like to explain you these two lines. These are there in the very first paragraph of the chapter. I have quoted it as it is. Why? Because I wanted it to explain to you. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes. Why it is written wintry shades? Because spring season begins at the end of winter season. So this festival, this fair began, or it took place at the end of winter season. During winter season it's too cold, but now the people are coming out, people are emerging and they are brightly dressed. Let me explain it to you. They came out of narrow lanes and alleys. Alleys also narrow streets. Emerged means came out. Gaily means very brightly, in bright colored. Clad means dressed, and humanity here stands for number of human beings. I hope you must have understood. A little boy was going to the fair with his parents. He was brimming over with life and laughter. Yesterday also I told you brimming over means he was overflowing. He was full of happiness and excitement. He was overflowing with life and laughter. He was so excited because he was going to the fair with his parents. Second point, he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops, so his parents called him, "Come child, come." This is the second point. He lagged behind. Lagged behind means he remained behind and his parents moved forward. That means he failed to keep pace with his parents. Why? Because he had got attracted, he had got captivated by the colorful toys kept in one of the shops. So as usually happens, if a child lags behind, his parents start calling him. So in the same manner, his parents also called him, "Come child, come." Next point, he obeyed his parents, but his eyes still lingered on the toys. Lingered means stayed at some point for a long time. Although he obeyed his parents, he listened to them, he followed them, he joined them, but still his eyes were there on the receding toys. His eyes were staying on the toys. He requested his parents to buy him a particular toy. He asked his parents that I want a toy, I want that toy. His father looked at him red-eyed. Red-eyed means angrily. That means his father got extremely angry. Red-eyed means extremely angry, and due to anger his eyes turned to red. In his familiar tyrant's way. That means it was a usual manner of his father of treating the people Familiar tyrants. Familiar means it was very common for his father. This trait, this which trait? Anger. And tyrant's way. Tyrant mean a very cruel king, a very cruel ruler, very unkind ruler who treats his subjects very angrily. So, like a very unkind ruler, his father got red-eyed. His mother drew his attention in front of him, and his mother tried to pacify the issue by attracting his attention by saying, "Child, look what is there in front of him." Next point, it was a mustard field. Children, in the previous point I told you that his mother tried to draw his attention towards something that was there in front of him, and it was a mustard field. Again, I have quoted some line from the text from your book. Like melting gold as it swept across miles and miles of even land. I have quoted this line because I wanted to explain it to you. It means the writer has compared that yellow flowers, those yellow flowers of mustard fields, to melted gold. As melted gold is spread over a piece of land miles and miles, in the same manner those yellow flowers which were blooming in mustard field, they were there, they swept across miles and miles, they were spread over there, they were blooming. Some dragonflies were flying there noisily and intervening the flight of a black bee or butterfly. Some dragonflies were flying there. Dragonflies are such kind of flies, such kind of very long and thin insects, almost with purple color or some other color, gaudy wings, very bright color wings they have, and they were disturbing, they were interrupting the flight of black bee or butterfly. This black bee and butterfly, they were there in order to suck the nectar from the flowers. As the child went to catch the butterfly, his mother called him. In the previous point, his mother was trying to draw his attention to the flowering mustard field. There he saw dragonflies, butterflies and black bee. So he was trying to catch these insects. Usually children try to catch the butterflies, isn't it? So he was also trying to catch it. But again he was called by his mother. Again he was an obedient child, so he joined his parents for a while, but again he stopped because now again he must have been attracted by something else, and this time he had been attracted by many little insects and worms which were teeming out of their hiding places. Teeming out means coming out in groups, coming out in swarms. These small, such kind of small insects drew his attention because it was, bright sunshine, and they were coming out of their hiding places. Next point, again he was called by his parents from a grove. As he went there, he started collecting raining petals, then dropped the petals, getting attracted by doves. Now he was called by his parents from a grove. That means it was the time of bright sunshine, so his parents had stopped in a grove. What is a grove? Grove is a place where a number of trees are standing together, particularly of same kind. That group of trees is called grove. In order to be there under the shade, his parents stood there for a while and they called their child. As he went there, he started collecting raining petals. What are petals? You must be knowing what petals are. Petals are the most colorful and fragrant part of a flower. So I have drawn these petals for you. He started collecting those petals and then dropped the petals. Children, as you can see, his attention is diverting from place to place, from thing to thing. Now he dropped the petals, he left those petals there and then got attracted by doves. What are doves? Dove is a small bird. It belongs to the same family of pigeon. It is of white color and it is taken as a symbol of peace. Next point. Now the boy went round a banyan tree, stood there. His parents gathered him from there, and then they took a winding road to the fair. Now the child was going around a banyan tree. His parents called him, and now parents and child, they started going to fair. They were passing through a winding road. Winding means crooked, or the road that was not straight, that was winding like this. Next point. The child was fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. Why this phrase has been used here? Confusion of the world. Confusion of the world means the child was confused to see a number of people moving in throngs. Throngs means disorganized crowd. Maybe the child had seen that throng or that mob or that crowd for the very first time. He was surprised to see that. Next point. A sweetmeat seller hawked. Sweetmeat seller. See, sweetmeat seller means confectioner. The one who sells sweets. He was hawking. He was hawking means he was shouting out loud in order to sell his sweets. What he was shouting? Gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi. The child's mouth watered for the barfi. For the barfi, now the child wanted to take barfi because barfi was his favorite sweet. He spoke in hardly an audible voice. That means he murmured. He spoke in a very soft voice, in a very low volume, that he wanted barfi, as he was aware of his parents' refusal, because he knew very well that his parents are going to refuse him. They might have called him greedy, and he thought, if I had asked them that I want barfi, they must be taking me to be a greedy child. Next point. Now he was drawn towards beautiful garlands of gulmohar. Drawn means attracted. Now he was attracted towards very beautiful garlands of gulmohar being sold by a flower seller. Those garlands were being sold by a florist or a person who sells flowers. He murmured that he wanted one of the garlands, but he knew very well that his parents will refuse him. Now children, today we are going to get the chapter explained till this point only, and now I will send you word meanings of this chapter, remaining word meanings, although you have done half of them, but still some of them are remaining, so that is your homework for today. Okay, thank you class.